Hey, welcome back to Get Down to Business. Today, we're honored to have George Danis with us. George is a true embodiment of the American dream. He was born into poverty in rural Greece, and he arrived in the U.S. as an undocumented immigrant, yet through sheer hard work and determination, achieved remarkable success. George is a successful businessman, entrepreneur, and philanthropist. He's also a dedicated advocate for democracy and civic engagement. His inspiring story is chronicled in his new book, Go Far, Give Back, Live Greek. George, welcome to the program. Your story is truly remarkable. Can you tell us a little bit more about your journey from immigrating to the U.S. as a young man to becoming a celebrated businessman and philanthropist?
Yes, thank you very much for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. It is like everybody else in a poor, small country, especially during the occupation, that you are trying to dream and find ways to survive first and hopefully succeed. And so that's what propelled me. That's what motivated me. But then you go on and find ways to be able to get to it, but it needs a lot of persistency and a lot of taking chances to come to a position. And if you're turned down or you put in jail like I did the first time, you try again. And so I'm delighted and I'm really honored to be here in this country as citizens. At the same time, I don't want to forget, and when I say Live Greek is really the cradle of democracy and how we really need to enhance that. As citizens and democracy, it goes so important together. It's interrelated, and full citizenship is part of the democracy. Otherwise, we're going to lose democracy and we're going to lose all the things that our forefathers have fought for.
George, in your book, you discuss the importance of reviving American manufacturing. Can you elaborate on your views on this topic and why you believe it's crucial for the country's future?
Well, obviously, if you don't make anything and you depend on other countries, it's like you don't have a supermarket down the street to go and buy, and so your supermarket is across the ocean, and so all the manufacturing, and of course, it has many facets on it. One is that we really depending and giving all of our rights to another country. And obviously, as we already see, we have an adversary, both economically as well as geopolitically. And so that is so important. The other part is that you lose that ingenuity and people to do more than and then trading paper in the markets or making software or only building the networks for communication. And it's sometimes it's so interesting and surprising that even the software business and all the storage data is called now in the clouds. They almost paying tribute to a unorthodox way. They have storage computers in some warehouse and they're storing the data. There's no, but obviously the advertising and the sound bites sound better to be in the clouds rather than. So, with all the things that have happened since at least in the 70s, that we started to outsource our lives, our existence in the manufacturing sector into other countries. I think we are paying for it, and we already have seen it, especially during the pandemic, that we couldn't even get medical supplies as fast as we needed them. So those are the things that is so important. Obviously, the whole democracy and capitalism has to be really re re-engineer in some ways to have some level the playing field and to make sure that the people that they get in low paid they're not forgotten. And so we really need to do a lot of that. And I don't see it from any of the parties, either party, to be working towards that, to have some equality and some ways that the low pay people are able to make a good living and send their children to school, buy a home, and things like that. The other part of it is that the public traded companies, the upper management, CEOs, and so forth, they really get an enormous amount, exuberant amount of money, where the workers are left behind. It's so important to really start to have some equilibrium in democracy and capitalism. I'm a capitalist, but I take care of my people. And if we don't do that, we're going to lose out, as we already seen it, that we don't have the political stability any longer.
Well, George, I have to squeeze in a very quick break. When we come back, we're going to chat all about your new book, Go Far, Give Back, Live Greek. Again, we're chatting with George Danis, and we'll be right back and get down to business. Don't touch that dial. Welcome back to Get Down to Business. Again, continuing my conversation with George Danis. He is the author of Go Far, Give Back, Live Greek. What a fascinating story, George, that you've been sharing. And let's talk about the book, Go Far, Give Back, Live Greek. It is intriguing. I love that title. Can you explain the significance of these three concepts in your life philosophy?
The part that is really very important is that it came from my parents, my mother in specific. I was 18 years old when I got a job in a merchant marine, and when I was leaving, she was crying, as every mother will do, concerned if you ever saw me again, because she had a brother. She had a brother that she never saw, that came to America, and so she said to me, "You're going to go far," and so forth, and then make sure that you give back. You give back to people that they in need, and help people. And the last but not least is live like a good citizen, live like a Greek. Make sure that obey the laws of the land, and are a full citizen of the country that you're going to reside eventually. Be a community participant, be a country participant, be a participant of the political system. In a democracy, you have to really a full citizen. You need to, at least on my background and experiences, to get involved. And I got involved very early on. And as you can see, and if you read the book, you will understand the importance for me that was across the board, not only in our own political system, but I got involved with people. We set up a foundation, the North American Gorbachev Foundation at Northeastern University, and we were very much participating during the Gorbachev era when he dissolved the Soviet Union and so forth. So, in fact, the whole premise of the book is that there are three parts to it. One is to really identify and recite my journey and how difficult it was. And the second part is that to thank the people around me, the American people and the Greek community and my faith that helped me so much in supporting me in my endeavors and my and my new home in the United States. And the last but not least is to really give back in a way, not only in the financial side of it as much as I could, but also my experience. The experience, if you do read the book, my experience through my journey, it is really the part that I'm trying to suggest and put out there for people to read and understand how difficult it is for an immigrant and for young people, and especially in our today's economy. And so those are the three parts that propel me to write the book.
Well, George, I want to make sure our listeners can find the book and follow your incredible story. Again, Go Far, Give Back, Live Greek. How can we learn more and find this fantastic read?
You can find the book at Amazon. You can find it on Barnes & Nobles. And, please do read it. You'll be surprised. I do have my first section is a letter from me to the reader.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, George Danis. Really appreciate you coming on the program.
Thank you very much.
That's a wrap for us this week on Get Down to Business. Once again, the show all about small business, jobs, and entrepreneurship. Get on my website, syklein.com. And we'll see you right back here next Sunday at 6 p.m. right here on M560, The Answer to Success. Let's get down to business.